All right. Yesterday was a big day for the MAGAverse because they wanted to do a day to honor slain Charlie Kirk. And everybody here knows that we stand against violence, particularly gun violence, needless deaths that happen every single day in this country. But we also stand firmly against unrepentant racists. And only Cankles McTaco Tits could be giving a speech about somebody who was assassinated, and he brags that he wasn't shot. Play the clip.
Enforcement fired sniper rifles at ICE agents and me, but I made a turn at a good time. I turned to the right. Charlie couldn't believe it, actually. He said, "How the hell did you make that turn?" I said, "I don't know."
Okay, Pumps, in my opinion, this is slurred speech. This is dementia. This is grandstanding. The grandstanding and the bragging about how, like, I didn't get shot, I survived, but Charlie didn't, surprises me zero. But if Joe Biden were to behave this way, I just think about the freakouts from the sanctimonious moral family values right and how unhinged they would be. Not to mention just the visible dementia on display.
Not to mention the makeup. Jesus Christ. I'm like, you are a billionaire. You're making $1 billion a month at the White House. Get a real makeup artist. But here's the thing about this. When you hear Donald Trump talk, it's always about, well, Putin likes me. Kim Jong-un and he likes me. Everything is about him. He cannot see past himself. So these MAGA people, they're like, he's fighting for you. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care. He cares about numero uno, and that's it. And he makes it clear every time he talks.
Okay. So this is, I believe, real audio from the former RNC chair or current about Kanks's eating habits. This is unreal. I thought it was fake, so I researched it. And from what I can tell, it's real, but I'm open. But you guys are going to die when you hear this. Play the audio.
In all your travels, and I'm just curious on a personal note, what's been one of the funniest things or maybe an unexpected thing that's happened to you on the trail?
Oh, well, there's a ton, but I would say one of the things it's the amount and what the president eats. So when he gets on the plane on one visit when I was with him, he had hot fries waiting for him from McDonald's. And I got my fries at my chair, but he had his fries handed to him right when he got on the plane. And then he had a filet of fish, a quarter pounder, and a Big Mac. And I think he combined two of them.
Oh, wow.
And it was drinking orange soda. I'm thinking to myself, how does a guy that's that is as senior as him get away with eating all this McDonald's probably on a consistent basis? I had two of the sandwiches, and I was sick as a dog for like 24 hours.
Okay. All right. Several things about this. Number one, make America healthy again.
Right.
That's just a bullshit thing that they've got the broadcasters that do all the weightlifting and the creatine and all of that shit. That's what all of that is. And it's to pacify the anti-vax base because that's a huge cult within the cult. Also, I believe this to be true, that this is probably the shit that he eats, but several things like, maha for you, but not for me. The military can't be fat, but the commander in chief can be fat. You people eat all of this crazy food, and if you're on food stamps, you can't buy junk food. But the president of the United States, when he gets on Air Force One, he's handed nothing but junk food. This is just the hypocrisy in every form of this government is there. But I just thought this was just so unbelievable. Could you imagine if Joe Biden sat around and binge ate McDonald's? I remember Bill Clinton did. And I remember he was a little chubs for a little bit of his presidency. And I remember the Republicans ripping him for this.
Okay, here's the thing. The Republicans don't rip him for anything. But here's my thing. His health is in the shitter. We're hearing reports that he went back to Walter Reed because it was a stroke. And here's the thing. This guy thinks he is invincible because he has never once in his life been held accountable for anything. And now his health's going to the shitter and he can't even eat healthy. And he's trying to get into heaven and he's just pounding, quarter pounders with cheese.
He
And
gave up on heaven. He said he wasn't a candidate for it. That's the recent update, which probably the most honest thing I've ever heard him say.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, here is this fat ass running around talking about how other people look. He sits around and talks about JB Pritzker. And I'm like, motherfucker, look in the mirror. You are not 6'3", 215 pounds or whatever he said. You're 5'10", you've got lifts, and you're a fat ass. So quit acting like you give a shit.
Okay. All right. Moving along. Here he talks about Argentina will get a $20 billion bailout if Milei wins, only if Milei wins, because they want to form these authoritarian alliances all over the world. But if Mamdani wins in New York, he's going to pull funding. So think about this. If his corrupt, dipshit, Muskonomics, chainsaw welding freak show that just had a concert, if he wins his election, $20 billion for them. New York, it is the economic hub, the economic epicenter of this country, he will not give their tax dollars back to them, which, by the way, it's a donor state. By the way, It's a donor city. Play the clip.
So it's a little bit like that with, if you take a look at Argentina, if the president doesn't win, I know the person that he'd be running against, I believe, probably. We probably have the person. A person is extremely far left and a philosophy that got Argentina into this problem in the first place. So we would not be generous with Argentina if that happened. If he loses, we are not going to be generous with Argentina.
Okay. This is corruption. Every single day, there's an impeachable offense.
Every day.
Every single day. There's sometimes 4 to 5 impeachable offenses. In any other presidency, that type of statement would be breaking news, above the lead. The way this man gets away with this shit is unbelievable. But one of the reasons he gets away with this shit is because of big Christian Moses Mike Johnson. This guy is the most complicit Zeta male lapdog. His balls, I always say, are in the top drawer of the Oval Office desk during the day. And at night, they're teabagging around Grindr. Moses Mike Johnson is the most worthless American to date right now. Out of all 340 million Americans right now, Moses Mike, number one, most worthless American award goes to him. Play the clip.
I'm going to make an announcement today. It's the announcement in the U.S. that was made in the Knesset yesterday. I'm proud to tell you that together with my friend Speaker Ohana of the Israeli Knesset, the equivalent of our Congress, we're going to embark upon a project together to rally speakers and presidents of parliaments around the world so that we will jointly nominate President Donald J. Trump for next year's Nobel Peace Prize.
All right, cut it right there.
Enough.
Moses Mike Johnson, your district people are suffering.
Yeah.
They do not have health care. You have shut down the federal government. And if you gave a shit about Israel, you would have honored Joe Biden's exact same deal 1 year ago, which a lot more hostages would have been alive and a lot more Palestinians would have been alive. But you are a charlatan, fake, bullshit Christian. And the fact that the killings and the starvation and the genocide went on an extra year because Trump, who wasn't in power, called you and said, hey, Mike, remember your balls? I've got them right here. And then you shut it down. Y'all stopped Biden's deal and you colluded with war criminal Benjamin Netanyahu. And how many more Jewish hostages are dead? How many more Palestinians are dead? Innocent Palestinians are dead. How many more refugees were produced? And you do this all in the name of Jesus Christ. And while the government is shut down, this is your big push.
Yeah.
Do you think Americans give a shit if he wins the Nobel Peace Prize or not? Nobody gives a shit about that. Nobody. Only he does. That's the end of the list of the people that care about it. And you, the number one most worthless American in the country right now, Moses Pipsqueak Mike Johnson.
which we don't give him enough shit about his makeup. He has way too much blush. But here's the thing. You cannot shame the shameless. Donald Trump has shamelessly campaigned for this. His love letter people have shamelessly campaigned for this. And the Nobel Peace Prize Committee said, we give the Nobel Peace Prize to people with integrity and courage. And that leaves Donald Trump out.
The woman that got it, I'm going to push back from right there. The woman that got it makes me question the entire administration. The woman that has it seems to want to throw over all of Venezuela to the hands of oligarchs. She dedicated the award to Donald Trump. So I'm going to push back on whatever is going on with the Nobel Peace Prize.
That's what the committee said about Donald Trump. But yeah, this girl seems to be a nut.
And then moving along, we have Representative Scalise with propaganda regarding the shutdown and the No Kings rally. And this is something they're really pushing. Play the clip.
We're in a time where the contrast of Chuck Schumer throwing a temper tantrum here at home just to appease the most radical elements of his base, so that on the 18th, when they have the Hate America rally that everybody knows is coming, and that everybody...
Okay, pause it right there. All right, look at Mike, and then look at that woman smiling over there.
Mm-hmm.
This is the exact same press conference where all of these people, their number one thing when they wake up is they speak for an audience of one, a frail, demented, poor health, McDonald's binge eating, horrible makeup wearing, overweight, obese, compulsive liar, war criminal, placating to his fragile ego. And in the interim, you have reporting that has come out that more Republicans are on the ACA than Democrats. And the polling regarding the ACA is through the roof. And all of those people standing up there that are going to contort themselves and debase themselves to make sure that Donald Trump gets some bullshit award, which now he's ruined that entirely.
Right.
They are all big Christians. They're all turning their back on helping the poor, helping the sick. And I have news for every single one of them. Nobody hates America as much as Donald Trump.
Correct.
Nobody hates and shit talks America as much as Donald Trump. Nobody is more anti-American and anti-Constitution than those who have abdicated their separate but co-equal branch of government, all three of those people up there, to a tyrant executive that has full-blown dementia. And let me just tell you this, you guys, the fissures in the MAGA base are forming because the strong man is frail. The strong man has dementia. So the fissures are all over the place. So this No Kings rally is of paramount importance. It is so important that everybody show up. And if you're unable to show up, make sure you're online boosting, liking, commenting, so that this just controls the algorithm, because I believe with everything in me, this cult is about 30%. And a lot of Americans, sadly, are very malleable. They will, everybody's against Trump now. Okay, then I guess I will be too. Yeah, he does kind of suck. Sadly, a lot of people are like that. And so the show of this is so important. And of course, we love our country, and we're going to fight tooth and nail to make sure these fucking dorks, I mean, the biggest Moses Mike, we're losing the country to this little pipsqueak and Stephen Miller. Are you fucking kidding me, you guys? All right, listen, buy our book. It's linked below in the show notes, and subscribe to this channel, like this video, and we'll be back later with more news.